Good evening, everybody. We start this slideshow. Cognitive overload. I assume I am audible and the slide is visible. Let me start with first question. If you don't know what cognitive overload is, in the chat box, just type the alphabet N. I want to know how many of you know, how many of you don't know. N, okay, Ladaji. Okay, good. Manoharanji. Does it mean others no? No, Krishnaraji, yes. He puts the K, no W. Okay, he knows. Okay. Okay. About my sessions, I will share facts, evidence, proverbs, and quotes that would support the validity of the contents. And I will share real life stories to entertain and empower you. This is by Daniel Levitin. We really are living in an age of information overload. Google estimates that there are 300 exabytes, that is 300 followed by 18 zeros, of man-made information in the world today. Only 4 years ago, there were just 30 exabytes. From 30 exabytes, 10 times multiplied. 1 exabyte is, for your information, friends, 100 gigabillion. 100 gigabillion GB. We have created more information in the past few years than in all of human history before us. An outer covering, wheat grains and chaff. In Malayalam, we say nellum padirum. Am I right? So wheat grains covered by the husk, and we have to remove the husk. Otherwise, if you eat without removing the husk, okay, it is going to give you all sorts of problems, indigestion, abdominal pain. The same way, the information what we are getting, there are 3 kinds of information. 1, information, that is factual, real, authentic. 2, misinformation, that is false information, mostly not with any malicious intention. False information without any intention to hurt anybody, or without any intention to harm anybody or brainwash anybody. 3rd one, disinformation. Disinformation, most dangerous. That is what is happening every day. And when you don't realize that one, you will get easily fooled by the disinformation. Is this clear? If it is clear, put C in the chat box. I want to make sure whatever I am sharing with you, that we are on the same page. Thank you, Venugopal. So this information overload, that is what is really bothering. Impact of cognitive overload on health. You know, basically, I am a medical doctor and a behavioral scientist. So I have been practicing medicine for more than 50 years. That is half a century. So my passion, that is a health of the public, the physical health, mental health, emotional health. Yes, I chose this profession out of passion and compassion. These days, you find significant number of doctors. They choose the profession not because of passion or compassion, because of passion for money. That is why they are so greedy and they extract money from patients. Am I right? If I am right, put R in the chat box. If I am right. The passion, yes, thank you. The passion, compassion, not there. I am, yes, with all pride. I have a lot of passion and the compassion. So after retirement again, that passion is not gone. That compassion is not gone. Every week, I'm giving a talk that is to enlighten and empower the public so that they can enjoy a peaceful, joyful, and successful life. Is it clear? That is my mission. I'm not doing this for making any money. That is not my motive. Impact of cognitive overload on health. Mental exhaustion. The physical workload. Suppose, Ladaji, you are asked to carry a small handbag, even 5 miles or 10 miles, even if you are to ask to hold it for 1 hour, 2 hours, no problem. But with that load, it's not big workload. Suppose you are asked to carry something which weighs 5 pounds or a small suitcase. You get easily tired, exhausted. Is this analogy clear? If it is clear, put C in the chat box, because I want to make sure everybody understands the danger, of cognitive overload. Many are not realizing that one. For example, every year in USA, nearly 600 people, they die from heat stroke. That is sunstroke. They are not aware. Okay, this temperature, in this temperature, if I go and if I spend 1 hour, something like that, that can kill me. They don't realize. The same way, information overload also, people are not aware of the dangers. Information overload, cognitive overload. That's why I thought of giving this talk. Mental exhaustion, poor concentration, inability to concentrate. Then what happens? Low productivity. The IT sector guys, in the IT sector these days, many employees, they are not able to meet the expectations of the performance. They get fired. Am I right? Am I right? Whether it is a Infosys, they periodically they monitor the performance, and when they find they are not meeting performance below, they get fired. So that's the reality. That's why everything, because of this information overload, no productivity. Indecision, inability to take a decision quickly, information overload. 50 years back, if somebody wanted to buy a car, Ambassador car or Fiat, both are available in only one color, black color. So you go there, buy the car, come out. But now, how many brands are there? How many brands? Nissan, Honda, Toyota, Hyundai, BMW, Volkswagen, Audi. Too many choices. Indecision. Do you agree? If you agree, put A in the chat box. So this is, we are not realizing. Too many choices. Indecision. And people spend a lot of time going from this showroom, that showroom. They're not able to make up their mind. This is where I'm going to share my own experience. I told you real life stories. When I came to USA at that time, in India only the three, Maruti, then Fiat, and Ambassador. So I wanted to buy a car. When I came here, that newspaper had Nissan, Honda, Toyota, Hyundai, BMW, Volvo, Audi, Ford, Chrysler, and again Toyota again, Corolla, from Camry, Avalon, Lexus, so many. So what did I do? There is information overload. Suddenly, all I did was I went to the library. This is what many people can do. Many people, they don't do. Went to the library and I went look for the auto magazine and buying guide, car buying guide. I flipped through the rating review of the cars. Okay, I came narrowed down. I have to take into consideration my budget also. Honda and Toyota. Yes, I can afford to. And almost identical. The resale value is also good. Then I decided, okay, either Honda or this one. And that again, Honda Civic, Accord. He said, Accord. Already made up my mind. We were going to the showroom. Accord, why Accord? It's a medium-sized car. Civic is a small-sized car. And in the freeway, you have to drive at 65 to 70 miles per hour. If there is a heavy wind or heavy rain, okay, it is not safe. So for safety also, I took into consideration Accord. Camry also same. Price, Accord was $500 less. Okay. And I called there are 5 or 6 Honda agencies. I called them. Okay, what is the best price? Then the color, no confusion. Dark color. If you choose a light color, dirt, you have to take it frequently for car wash. So I wanted a dark color so that you won't have to take it for car wash often. So this is how I sorted out, and I didn't have difficulty in buying a car. Whereas guys who came along with me to join that session, they spent nearly 2 months before they bought a car. Indecision. They are finding it difficult to make it their mind. So that is again information overload. Stress and burnout, memory problems, too much information, your memory, right? And you may save useless information. And that will occupy just like the computer, memory, phone, memory. Even though we say our human mind can unlimited that memory potential, but for working memory, it has got some limitations. So memory problems, anxiety, headache, too much of thinking, too much of thinking, headache. Chindichi tala punnakum. Am I right, Ladaji? Chindichi tala punnakka. Headache at the end of the day. And they don't realize that one. And if you go to a doctor, or a doctor not like me, some other doctor, we have Dr. Shaji Prabha, he's a neurologist. If you go to him, he is busy practicing, he won't be able to spend more than 6 minutes or 7 minutes. Headache, okay, right. Oh, the headache, okay. Now go and get a CT scan done. Okay, give you a painkiller. Root cause, information overload. Cognitive overload. Do the doctors address? No. Many doctors, they themselves suffer from cognitive overload. Okay? Doctors are also very poor in managing cognitive overload. And now what is happening? Webinars, Royji, you know, after the COVID, now webinars. I know some people, they spend at least every day 4 to 5 hours on different platforms, webinar to webinar. Different kinds of meditation, Vipassana meditation, Zen meditation, Chakra meditation, Transcendental meditation, confused I. Indecision, which meditation I should follow, right? Vipassana or Zen meditation or Chakra, Vakra, Pakra. Am I right, Royji? Am I right? Huh? So many meditations, so many webinars. These are all information overload. Adults are suffering. And I know some people, they contact me. That is why I'm very much aware about all these health, this one. Yeah, COVID. At that time, what happened? COVID. Turmeric with milk on message. No. Ginger, do this one. Another, no. Pepper. Another, no. Homeo. Another one said that Ayurveda. Another said paracetamol. People are thoroughly confused and indecision. Am I right? This is a real life example. If it is a real life example, am I right? Put R in the chat box. Because I was bombarded with a request from my friends and contacts. Hey, is it true that this is good? I came across this message, the turmeric, this one, a garlic. Then I told them, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Garlic a day keeps everyone away. Okay, your breath will be so foul smelly. So garlic a day, it will keep everyone away. So information overload. Okay, Venugopal, thank you. Poor immunity. Especially in Kerala, for your information. Doso, for your information. Highly literate, that's a problem. Not educated. Education level is very low in Kerala. Literacy rate is very high. They go and read all the magazines. Only in Malayalam, you have Arogya Rama, Arogya Bhumi, Arogya Kaumudi, Arogyam, Manida. They read. And they get stressed. Or information. They start worrying. Any symptom, even an ordinary fever, Malayali, immediately, very same day, within a couple of hours, they go to a hospital. Am I right? If I am right, put R in the chat box. R in the chat box. When you are fear, worry, that will lower your immunity. Lower your immunity. Proof in Uttar Pradesh, literacy rate is low. Population 7 times the population of Kerala. Kerala is 3.5 crores, there it is 22 crores. The number of people who died from COVID was less than some 20,000. Kerala, it was more than 70,000. Why? Why? Hygiene, washing, everything you do, but your immunity is poor. Because of overconsumption, because of consumption of information, that cognitive overload. Is this clear? So the danger, the crystal clear. If it is crystal clear, put CC in the chat box. You will never get a talk like this from anybody else. I can say with all full confidence, nobody will be able to give a talk on this topic like the way I am giving the talk. Then sleep disturbances. Yeah. These days, especially children also, they are hooked to that mobile phone. In the past, they used to go to bed by 9 o'clock and wake up in the morning. Now some houses, children, they go to bed, even parents won't know. They go with the mobile and they will be watching at that and they sleep by 2 o'clock. And the schools also. I talked to some teachers back home. The children, they're sleepy during the school hours. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. So sleep disturbance, the rhythm, everything is disturbed. These are all hard facts. I'm not making up. These are all hard facts. Almost all children below the age of 15 are suffering from health problems due to cognitive overload. Cognitive overload is impacting more than 50% of adults also. Just like I told you, webinar to webinar, webinar to webinar. Especially all these retirees, plenty of them. What about how many webinars do I watch? Less than 10 webinars a week. But I know people watching 3 to 4 webinars every day. And when I watch the webinar, I'm watching it not for learning something. Most of the time, I'm a behavioral scientist. I look at how they are presenting their slides, quality of slides. Those are the things I examine. Just like a movie director, when he watches a movie, he looks at the camera angle, how the story, how it was, flashback. Get it? If Satya Nandikar goes and watches a movie, he only watches the movie the way we watch. The same way, when I watch a webinar, I look at the background. Look at the background, color. Have you seen the color changing? Okay, color. All those things, font size. So I usually watch around 10 webinars. And some webinars, after taking a test dose, I leave. You know, penicillin, we give the test dose. If there's a reaction, then you don't take the whole thing. After some 10 minutes, when I find that that speaker is awful, the topic, the speaker doesn't know what she or he is talking about, I silently leave. The greatest challenge internet users face is information overload. Look at the social media. Facebook, the Twitter became X, Instagram, YouTube, I don't know what this one is, then Pinterest, LinkedIn, this one is something I'm not able to remember. I don't know. TikTok, WhatsApp, then Reddit. Yeah, I have to share. I always, a problem, I share the solution also. Long time back, when the Facebook came into existence, I also joined that one. After a week, I'm inactive. I don't spend even a single second going to the Facebook. No Instagram, no TikTok. WhatsApp also limited. I'm not into group. My MBBS WhatsApp group, I'm not there. Not in the pre-degree WhatsApp group. No, SSLC. There are people, SSLC, pre-degree, PSC, MBBS, and Residents Association. And so many WhatsApp groups, so many messages. I'm not. I get usually around 10 to 20 WhatsApp messages every day. And for some people, then I tell them, when they send all these devotional songs, please don't share those things. And some other, again, long this one, please. For quotations, no, please. Because I'm overwhelmed with it, with the information. Please. So they stop. That is how I am managing. The very same thing everybody can do. And I don't watch TV news. I stopped 30 years back. Tell me, some of you must have heard my talk previously also. Do you think that I'm not out of touch with what is going on in the world? Am I out of touch with what is going on around the world? No. I read online newspaper. TV news, you don't have any control. And the TV news, to increase their TRP rating, they will add some masala. You follow me? Masala. And every channel has got a particular political angle. The truth gets distorted. And you will have to watch all these commercials. You know, every 1 hour of TV news or TV restaurant, you end up spending nearly 14 minutes to watch the commercials. Each commercial is 30 seconds, that means 28 commercials. That is where that information overload women, they start doing Kalyan Jewelers, Malabar Gold, and Josco, Bima, that journey, your desire. Now you feel restless. Kalyan Silk Saree, Chima Tea, and then Pothis. Children also, that biscuit, this candy. You can save yourself. I am giving you that tip, real, this one from my own personal life. Stop watching the TV news. And especially don't watch the TV news if at all you are so this one to watch 2 hours before you go to bed. Because that one, whatever message goes, it disturbs you. Do you hear positive news in the TV channel or negative? If it is negative, put N in the chat box. If it is negative, put N in the chat box, my dear friend. Only negative, 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 negative. Exaggeration, as if that is, it is not worth living. It is not worth living. So that one, when you go to bed, it will work. You won't get sleep also. Get that thought. When your mind starts thinking, if you want to get good sleep, the thinking should stop. But when the thinking is not stopping, then you go to Dr. Shaji. I'm having sleeping problem. Dr. Shaji doesn't have the time to go into that one. He will prescribe a sleeping pill. Lada Manamarji, she will prescribe in the homeo also some sleeping medicine. Am I right? Dadaji, you don't have the time to go into all these things. You try to deal with this symptom until and unless the cause is taken care of. I don't have any problem in getting good sleep. I have not done any medication. So, that is it. Everybody can do that. There are certain things which are outside your control. This one is almost 90% under your control. 90%. Don't overeat. It will create mental indigestion. Suppose Raman Nayarji, if you go to a wedding, these days in Kerala, wedding, then dinner, that party, oh, you have vegetable biryani, chicken biryani, mutton biryani, beef biryani, fish biryani, and putte, then tapioca, and vada, this payasam, this ice cream, so many items. When it is free, some people go eat everything as if they have come from Somalia. Then what happens? Some people I know, I was there for 5.5 years. From 2009 to 2015, I know. I was there for 5.5 years. I have seen. I have attended marriages. I used to watch. I used to stand away and watch how these people are eating the food. They dump. They develop abdominal pain, indigestion. Some of them, they go to the casualty in the very same night. Blood pressure control goes up, out. Then they develop on the next day when they check their blood sugar, blood sugar level is 300. Then they feel upset, worried, angry. All these things are happening because of indigestion. The same way, information overload will cause mental indigestion. Is this clear? Am I clear? Okay, somebody is unmuted. My dear friends, please mute yourself.
Information overload.
I don't know who is the gentleman who was unmuted. I have to find out because I don't have a co-host. So somebody. Sashumarji again.
Mohandas, Vasu.
Mute. This is Rajuji. I'm muting. Rajuji is frequently muting. Vasu. My goodness. Okay. There are books on overloading, overloaded information overload. Cognitive, word definition, any mental activity related to thinking, learning, understanding to gain knowledge. 5 things are required for cognition. To understand something well, 1, you have to pay attention. And you must concentrate. Must have reasonably good memory. And the command of language, you must be able to understand what that word means. If the vocabulary is poor, yes, you won't be able to understand. Thinking skills. Lastly, you must be able to use analytical thinking, critical thinking. I have told in the past also, my vocabulary was very poor long time back. So I had problems with the cognition. Thinking skills also terrible. When I learned the thinking skills from whole brain thinking skills from 40 years back, it changed. Now when I get the information, immediately I use my thinking skills to know whether it is a fake information or whether it is a fact. I'm able to figure out whether this will be useful, there will be useless thinking skills. If I find it useless, remove, don't put it inside the brain. So I pay attention, concentrate, memory power, vocabulary, then thinking skills. You won't find this in any textbook. This is my own. Most of the things which I share with you, because I think. And when I think, I come out with some kind of points. Overload, to give someone too much of something. When someone is given too much information at once, or too many simultaneous tasks. I always used to say, I learned to say no. Many people, they suffer from that overload. They don't say no. At work also, the supervisor, somebody, oh, yes, I will do. Yes. Now so many tasks. Now you don't know how to finish, how to prioritize, how to deadline. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. Put R in the chat box. That is what is happening. All these young tech guys, all these IT sector guys, they are not able to, they don't know how to say or when to say a no. You can say it in a diplomatic way. Or you can ask them, put the ball in their court. Okay, you want me to do this one. I have that task also pending. Now, do you want that one to be finished first? Or do you want this one to be finished? So you tell me, then I will plan accordingly. Then they will know, okay, I'm making this person do many things at the same time. You get my point? That's what I used to do. Okay, there is something that penny, that paperwork, that project, I'm working on that one. Now you want me to do this one. So which one do you want me to finish? In that case, that one I won't be able to. Is it okay? Then they realize. And they say, oh, no. Oh, continue with that one. Now I will ask somebody else to do this one. Learn to say no if you want to protect yourself from information overload. Simple, can be doable. You don't need any special horns to do this one. Two sources of information, external, internal. What is external? That is coming through the 5 sense organs: eyes, ears, skin, tongue, nose. Any information that makes you think, my dear friends, that is important. What you see, it makes you think. When you're driving, here also from my home to my workplace, some 6 miles, in the freeway, and how many? More than nearly 100 billboards, advertisements. Whatever you see, oh, okay, McDonald's, okay, this one is for $2. Oh, that one special deal. So, you know, the horses, they used to put blinds on both sides of the horse's head. Why? So that it will see only the road. Otherwise, horse will be distracted here and there. Horse may go somewhere else. The same way, we have to also put some kind of a blindness on both sides. Otherwise, the information coming through the eyes, information coming through the ears, smell, they are all make you think. Minimize the sensory input. Thoughts and emotions, they are the internal sources of information. If you have a negative mindset, then what will happen? You start worrying. Worrying means negative thoughts. Oh, what will happen? Oh, if this one, yeah, they are saying that Google, they are going to lay off 5,000 employees. Oh, will I lose my job? Oh, will I lose my job? And they won't be able to concentrate on the work. This negative, this will keep on bugging them. That will create a cognitive overload. Do you understand? If you understand, put you in the chat box. The internal is more. It is not visible. It is coming from inside our own mind. Thank you, Vinalji. It is coming from inside our own mind. So we don't realize that we feel tired at the end of the day. Oh, I feel tired because constantly that internal, that thoughts giving the cognitive overload. Overthinking leads to confusion and indecision. In my case, what I do, okay, what I practice. If a negative thought comes, then I usually say silently to my stop. I talk to myself, that inner voice, stop. I give the order, stop. Then I say, if it is keep on saying, okay, evening from say 5:30 to 5:45, I will listen to all this. I will address all these thoughts. So I'm booking an appointment to my own inner self, evening 5:30 to 5:45. So in between it comes, no, 5:30 to 5:45. Then I'll concentrate on something else. Then after some time, it stops bothering me. This is doable. Do you find this tip useful? If you find it useful, put you in the chat box. This is how I silence. This is how I silence my inner voice from torturing me. Thank you, Lalaji. Otherwise, that inner voice will keep on pestering you. Too much thinking leads to paralysis by analysis. To think too much is a disease. Fyodor Dostoevsky. The more you overthink, the less you will understand. So often people confuse overthinking with the problem solving. No. Overthinking, it creates more and more confusion. More and more worries. You will never be able to solve the problems. I like that quotation. She's a young Indian journalist. She's young. Does it make sense? If it makes sense, put S in the chat box. Does it make sense? It's not problem solving. Okay, Krishnarjan, thank you. Venugopal, it's not problem solving. Overthinking, the art of creating problems that are not even there. Anupam Kher. When you keep on thinking, now new worries, new anxieties, and when there are no problems, now you are creating a new problem. The old example, you are standing, one guy was standing by the side of the riverbed, of the riverbed. After that side, there is a dog that was chained to a tree, and he starts worrying. What about that dog? Does it have rabies? And if it breaks the chain and it comes towards me, if it bites me, then what will I do? You got it, Venugopal? Okay, now there is no problem. It was not even a problem. That dog was there, but that Anupam Kher, that you too much of thinking, you create problems which are not there. Your mind is very capable of creating all sorts of problems. The art of creating problems that were not even there. The mind is like water. When it is turbulent, it is difficult to see. When it is calm, everything becomes clear. When there is information overload, cognitive overload, it is turbulent. It is cloudy. Mind is clouded. So, if you want to think clearly, make sure that you are not consuming a lot of information. I told you, I don't watch TV news. Period. Social media, no Facebook. I'm not losing anything. I'm not missing anything. No Instagram. WhatsApp again. Control. 10 to 20 messages. Email. Okay. This is one tip. Filter. How to use filter. I put ad blockers. Free. Available free. Gmail. Otherwise, there'll be advertisement will pop up. I put Gmail again, ad blocker. No ads. YouTube ad blocker. When I'm watching you, no, frequently it won't stop and put an ad. Install those ad blockers. Is this tip helpful? If it is helpful, put H in the chat box. H in the chat box. That's what I have been doing. You don't have to spend even a single paise, penny. Put all these blockers. Period. Worrying is like sitting in a rocking chair. Gives you something to do, but does not get you anywhere. Yerma Bombeck, a humorist. In a rocking chair, you keep on rocking. But you are stationary, you are in the same place. The same way worrying also. Yeah, you are busy. When I hear some people, oh, I was busy. When I find that they are busy doing nothing, they are busy worrying. Most of them are busy doing nothing, busy sitting, worrying. So that is what it is. Worrying is like sitting in a rocking chair. There is nothing more exhausting than going through the same pattern of negative thoughts over and over again. Parmida Vinyal. When you don't overthink, you become more efficient, more peaceful, more happy. It is not information overload, it is filter failure. I told you the filter. Use the filter. Ad blockers. There is no filter, you will be bombarded with too many ads, information, distraction. I have learned how to use my spam filter pretty effectively. If I get an email and if I find that it's spam, immediately I report spam. Then I don't get. And tell you the calls also, in my phone. Yeah, when I get all these calls, sellers, instead of putting the block, they come. When I answer, I don't answer hello first. I usually remain silent for them to talk so that I know who is going to talk. Because if it is from a bank, and they, oh, this is from the US bank, okay, then I know. That person is saying, is it a Venugopal? Then I know they want to sell something. Do you know what I do? In the past, I used to tell them, please remove me from your calling list. They will say yes, no. They will call from a different number. Then with my creative thinking, I found a solution. And they call, Venugopal. I said, ആരാണ് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? എന്താണ് കാര്യം? Obviously, they won't understand Malayalam. Can you speak English? എന്താണ് ചോദിക്കുന്നത്? എന്താണ്? ഒന്ന് മനസ്സിലാകുന്ന രീതിയിൽ സംസാരിച്ചേ. They hang up. Then they remove my number from their calling list. Raman Nairji, this is my approach. They remove me from their calling list. These days, I get very, very infrequently these calls. Wait, Malayalam. And I know Tamil also, sometimes I speak Tamil. என்ன பேசுறீங்க? என்ன வைக்கும் உங்களுக்கு? சாப்பிட்டாச்சா? இட்லி சாப்பிட்டீங்களா? Then they find it not sometimes Hindi also. क्या है बात? क्या तबीयत कैसा है? Finished. I enjoy. However, I get some kind of a kick out of making that person, caller, a bit miserable. Breathe in deeply to bring your mind home to your body. Yes. Whenever you are suddenly overthinking, stop. Say stop. Then take a deep breath, some 10 times. Yes, that can do wonders. You will never be free until you free yourself from the prison of your own thoughts. I told you, negative thoughts. Upcoming talks, every Thursday, I give a talk. Humor therapy. For a change, next week it will be just humor, fun. You will have a lot of fun. Medical humor, non-medical humor. And you know, I was the vice president of Chiri Club in Trivandrum. I have done more than 60 or 70 stand-up comedy performances. That is humor therapy. Then nonsense quotient. Okay, now, thank you for joining the session. And we have 11 minutes. If you want to ask any questions, first please ask any questions. I can call you. If you raise your hand, I'll call you. Did you find this session really insightful? Yeah, yes. I want to make sure that whatever I'm sharing is useful, not a junk stuff. Okay, Krishnarjuna. Yeah. I don't put trash. I don't put trash. Raman Nairji, you are new, and what do you think this session? And
Generally, I feel that even information load, overload, or anything that is more than sufficient is not good for us. That is what I feel from I get from your talk, because
Yeah.
I,
Did you get some
while I was
useful tips?
listening, I remembered a film by one Japanese director, Fukuoka or someone. Uh, a person from the city goes into a village, uh, and he sits with the old man, a villager, and he learns how all these problems can be solved by simple living. So, like this, I was thinking when you were talking. That is all,
Right.
but I have not gone very into the depth of things. Thank
Yeah.
you for listening to my comments.
Yes. So whenever I go for shopping, I go there beforehand. I decide what I want to buy. Otherwise, you go there then you decide you'll be bombarded with ice cream also. If I want to buy ice cream, because my son is here, and occasionally I also eat ice cream. So ice cream, I know that is okay. What do I want? Flavor, vanilla or strawberry. Already made up the mind. Then I want to make sure that it has no artificial flavor, natural flavor, and no high fructose corn syrup. Then I go there. Otherwise, there are some 20 to 30 different brands with the chocolate ice cream, coffee ice cream, this one, that one, pistachio, so many. So you end up wasting a lot of time. So I look for the vanilla or the strawberry, and I look at that one. Okay, high fructose corn syrup, high fructose. Then after some time, I have identified some 2 or 3 brands. 2 or 3 brands. No high fructose corn syrup, no artificial flavor. So I go there straight away. I pick that one. Finish. So in a mall also, wherever I go, if I want to buy, before I leave home, I make up my mind what I want to buy, how much I want to buy. And where's our Vijayaraganji? Vijayaraganji, what do you think about this session? Did you get any new information, useful information?
Yes,
We are
Venugopalji,
all-
there are so many informative tips and as well as information you have passed to us. Thank you, and especially your information about Akbar and Mumtaz. It was very humorous, but there is some serious inbuilt information was there. So the man who is unwantedly doing everything, he will become a cock master in several things, and it will landed him in trouble. Like a TV, you are telling that we want a censorship, or we wanted to avoid TV. Recently, there is a big issue in Kerala, especially that film academy director and Srikumaran Thambi says that it should be censored. Recently, one wife killed her husband to not allowing to see the serial, and he wanted food. This is the situation. Kerala is going atrocious. These are the news coming from Kerala, and we are more worried on the information overloaded to people, especially the doctors are facing more problem. Everybody, when they get a small fever, they will go through the Wikipedia or any other media, and they will study everything and go to a doctor, and they will not allow him to examine him properly or give a proper treatment. They will start taking medicine. That will also give a most dangerous situation in Kerala.
Okay, thank you, Vijayaraganji, for reminding me to share that information. Thank you. Because these days, the Dr. Google, some 30 or 40 years back, they used to go to a doctor prescribes, they take the medicine, and they get better 90%. If it is not better, then they go for it. Now it is not like that. They immediately check prescription and the side effects of medicine. Every medicine got all side effects, and they have to mention all the side effects. Rarely death. That also they put. This tablet you take, you may die. or the paracetamol, liver failure. Then comes all the fear, anxiety. And most of this one in the Google, Dr. Google, 3 different sites, you will get 3 different kinds of information. Then you distrust your doctor. Then you lose your confidence in the doctor. Then they go to Ayurveda or Homeo or Siddha. And the Homeo also, then again they will do the Googling. But more Googling for allopathy. Because allopathy medicine, you will find all the information, side effects, everything. So, Dr. Google, that cognitive overload, information overload is not at all good. First, you have to choose, identify a doctor and find out his qualifications. And ask some 3 or 4 people, your friends. Some of you, they might have seen that doctor. And if they say, doctor is a patient, he's good. And somebody says, no, he's very hot-tempered. He shouts at you. Don't go there. Eh? If he is well-mannered, good bedside manners, go there. And follow the advice. Information overload is not good. It's not at all good because I know that some people, some of my friends, they send me the WhatsApp message for a free consultation because I am available for free consultation. So they want a second opinion. Okay, this is the test and everything. Then I said, okay, what happened? Why did you go? A fever. Okay, after how many hours of fever? I went after, say, 2 hours of fever. Then what? The whole family members. 4 people, they went there, whole day gone, lab tests and everything. And each person, lab itself, some 3,000 rupees, consultation, and 12,000 rupees, one whole day gone for a fever. 98% of the fever, I repeat, I have told this several times. 98% of the fever, you don't need to go to any doctor, you don't need to take any medicine. You rest for a couple of days, it will get better. Eat some kanji, rice kanji, or water, or bread, or biscuit. That is all that is required. But all this information, cognitive worries, is it a dengue fever, or is it chikungunya, or is it the swine flu, or is it a COVID, or is it a monkey fever, pinky fever? Literacy is high. Kerala, the problem is literacy. Literacy is doing a lot of harm. There's not much education. Then they go to the doctor. One whole day is gone. 12,000 rupees gone. This test is negative. If the doctor says, tell me, be honest. Be honest. Onnuilla, pedikanda. Go and have some kanji. They will be upset. They will be angry. Because I have spent 12,000 rupees and he's saying that there is nothing. So the doctor writes an antibiotic. Antibiotic when it is not required. Onnu kaicholu. As if antibiotics safe. Antibiotics are not safe. And they take the antibiotics. Some people have diarrhea, some people develop itching, then they go again. Now the problem is by taking the antibiotic. Just like the Anupam Care, what he did was there was no problem. Now you are creating a new problem by going to a doctor. So don't consult the Dr. Google. Okay, now I'm going to stop the recording, but we'll continue the discussion because as long as you want to ask some questions or you want to share more information, I am here. I'm going to stop the recording. Be there. Thank you. See you on next week.
Thank you.